Hello everyone, it's your girl Cassie. Once again, I'm a songwriter and music artist. I believe that so far you would have watched parts 1, 2, and 3 of this deep and historic story. In part 4, Chief Tony Okoroji explains the reason for the private copy levy scheme, which he explained to them at the Federal Ministry of Justice. Malami's interest on the private copy levy scheme, and how Chief Tino Kuroji encountered deceit upon deceit. The more he looked, the less he saw. And then the overnight order to purportedly approve the MCSN, Malami's SPV, to collect royalties on behalf of Nigerian creatives. So, how does the private copy levy work? So,
Yeah, under the private copy law and regulations, a small levy is imposed and
okay,
collected by the Nigerian Customs Service.
okay,
This levy is paid by local manufacturers and importers, local manufacturers and importers of
okay,
such items as blank tapes,
okay,
writable CDs,
okay,
flash drives, photocopy machines and paper, smartphones, etc. These are items really used to copy music, videos, books, and so on. The money collected by the customs is paid to the Nigerian Copyright Commission, which retains a stated percentage for copyright enforcement. The bulk of the money is meant to be distributed as royalties
okay.
to copyright owners through their different copyright collective management organizations and similar organs.
Okay, sir. So, how did Mr. Malami react when you talked to him about the private copy levy scheme? How did he react towards it?
Um, Malami was, by meeting Malami was interesting. At our meeting in 2016, he expressed great interest in the quick implementation of the private copy levy scheme. In fact, he invited two of his aides, Mr. Okoy Obono Obla and Mr. Sylvester Emmanuel, and directed them to set up a committee with me and that we should meet within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, he specified, towards the speedy implementation of the private copy levy scheme. Thereafter, I met with Mr. Obla and Mr. Emmanuel, and we agreed on a date for me to return to Abuja for the meeting.
Okay.
Cassie, I came back to Abuja as agreed, but the meeting never held.
Wow, really?
At the Federal Ministry of Justice, I encountered deceit upon deceit. The more I looked, the less I saw. Mr. Emmanuel took me through a merry-go-round. At the end of the day, it was clear to me that they were up to something. While I had spent years working to develop the private copy levy scheme for the benefit of thousands of creative people in the country, at the Federal Ministry of Justice, they saw the private copy levy scheme as a possible private money spinning machine and had decided to concoct a different agenda to milk it.
I've heard so much about the MCSN and the private copy levy scheme. So, how did the MCSN get involved, as in get into this whole situation?
Um, on April 3, 2017, I had just returned to Lagos from attending the 75th birthday ceremonies of evangelist Ebenezer Obefabi in Abeokuta. When I got a call from a reliable source in Abuja that without consulting anyone in the music industry, And despite the strong protestations of the Nigerian Copyright Commission, Mr. Abubakar Malami was keen to deceitfully have approved and licensed the notorious group Musical Copyright Society Nigeria (MCSN) to collect and distribute royalties on behalf of innocent Nigerian musicians. MCSN's controlling mind and alter ego is one Mayowa Ayelaro,
Okay.
who is not a songwriter or composer, a music publisher or label owner, with absolutely no investment in the music industry, and who has never been elected by the musicians of Nigeria to represent them in any form. An investigation will show that for 36, 36 unbroken years, Mayowa Ayelara has been the chief executive officer of MCSN.
36 years?
Yes.
That's a lot of years. That's like forever. It's a long, like, it's quite much.
No, you haven't had a rest. At that point, we were talking, MCSN and its officials were facing 7 different criminal cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 criminal cases
7.
before several judges of the Federal High Court. Indeed, after investigation, an earlier attempt to license MCSN was publicly nullified by the government of President Olusegun Obasanjo in 2005.
Wow. Wow, wow.
Having manipulated the system for over 25 years, trial was scheduled to commence in April 2017 in each of the 7 cases in which ILR and MCSN were defendants. That was indeed the significant reason for the hyperactivity in which the Honorable Minister of Justice quickly approved MCSN without due process so as to truncate the criminal cases against Mayor Ayala.
Okay, sir, please tell me, how did the then Attorney General Malami, how did he do this? Like, how did he manage to do all this?
In 2017, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, in a bizarre letter, directed the NCC to approve MCSN as a collecting society to collect copyright royalties for the Nigerian music industry. The leadership of the NCC was mystified by what Mr. Malami, a lawyer, was asking them to do. The NCC replied Mr. Malami, giving him several reasons why what he was asking the commission to do was unlawful and dangerous. But you know what? The NCC objections did not deter the AGF. In a strongly worded letter dated 22nd March 2017, Mr. Malami ordered the NCC, despite the strong protestations of the Commission, not only to immediately license MCSN, but to withdraw every case filed by the Commission against MCSN,
Wow.
including the 7 criminal cases at the Federal High Court before Justice Mojisola Olateregu Ishola, Justice Babatunde Kwewumi, and Justice Abdul Aziz Anga. You know there's something. Any young lawyer will tell you that the AGF has the power to file a nolle prosequi to stop any case. In this situation, the AGF did not file a nolle. They ordered the NCC to abruptly withdraw the cases referring to the powers he said he had under Section 50 of the Copyright Act as it was,
This is becoming more
to give
interesting.
directives to the NCC.
Wow.
The only problem is that the law in Section 51 expressly vested the power to give directives to the NCC in, I quote, the minister charged with the responsibility for culture, unquote, and not the AGF. We are reasonably informed that Mr. Malami had to personally go to the different courts to stop the impending trial of the cases. To protect their jobs, the staff of the NCC had to bow to the weird demands of Mr. Malami, even though they knew very well that what they were doing is blatantly
Lawful.
unlawful. Of course, eventually they began to defend what they knew was glaringly wrong so as to protect MCSN, which we all know is Malami's special purpose vehicle.